Hi, it's complicated, so call me Kay, or just call me Kay, rather. Um, I'm coming to you just quote unquote a little less high vibrational, I can put it that way. Um, this just been a weird week. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if it's something in the stars that's just been kind of weird or whatnot. But I guess I just kind of talk about that a little bit. I guess in I guess in a sense, my video is gonna really talk about some of the things that's been really on my mind recently. And honestly, I have a lot of things to be on my mind, and I can do probably so many videos, but I have to just kind of keep it just focus. So basically, this week it's been kind of tough. I only had one video this week because oh my God, allergies just been kicking my ass this week. It's just been kicking my ass. That's probably why I haven't been feeling really well and just kind of feeling a little bit slightly low vibrational. Normally I'm kind of bubbly and just, happy with life in general and this and that and the other. But I'm just like the girl, just kind of going through it. I'm, just kind of not feeling very well. Just allergies, just barely can breathe. And then it seems like when I'm not able to breathe very well, I'm low energy, like just blah. It's not like I was sad, like I had a sad week, or not like I was happy. It was just blah. That's like the best way I can describe it, just blah. And then this week, of course, had a mainly a washer situation. My washer broke last week sometime. I think it was last Thursday or Wednesday, or sometime probably a little bit earlier than that. And if I can remember correctly, and I'm just like, it was. I mean, mind you, I knew I was going to buy a washing machine this year. When I bought this house, it was an old washing dryer, probably the same age as I am, And, it's a good working washing machine. It lasted. Oops. My water. I need some water. I'm trying to drink more water. Ugh. And I knew I had to buy another washer and dryer. Or at least, I knew the day was coming. So it came last week, if I remember correctly, sometime last week or the week. I'm playing in my hair. I just washed it and twisted it. It turned out okay, but it's okay, I guess. As far as the reason why I came on today, besides, of course, this week just kind of been off kilter or whatever you want to put it. It was just, I think the main thing I was thinking about is toxic families. It's like living in a toxic family, having a dysfunctional family. I mean, to me, it's like, guys, toxic families, do you know that you're missing out on so many great things if you are a normal family, And it's just really sad to me because I'm not sure if I mentioned in my other videos, but I'm the second youngest out of 7. There's only one. I only have one brother. He's the oldest. The rest of us are, of course, girls. And it's really sad to me because a lot of times I think about going back home where I live, and then, having the family come back together and just do stuff. But I know it can't be like that because it seems like they don't really have the best interest, and they don't really have my best interest. And the thing is, I already know I'm like the black sheep of the family, just, I even had my, one of my older sisters tell me before a few times in the past that, oh, you must be adopted, it's just because I guess what they perceive me as, because they really didn't get a chance to really know me at the time, but they perceived me as this quiet bookworm who just stayed in the house, who really weren't interested in anything, just straight nerd. Nothing wrong with nerds, but that's kind of how they perceive me. But what's so sad as a kid, and another thing I'll have to mention before I even go on, it seemed like because it was such a big age difference between my older sisters and my brother, and okay, and it's the age difference between a huge age gap between, I guess, the next oldest from me, like my older sister, all the way up to the oldest, which is my brother, and me and my youngest sister. So because of the age difference, it's like it was always the comparison between me and my youngest sister. And the thing is, my youngest sister, she is perceived as more more outgoing and just always out there making new friends and this, that, and the other. So of course, I guess being in a toxic, dysfunctional family, they always have to put you in some type of box. In a sense, they don't want to get to know you, whether it's the mom don't really want to get to know you, the dad, the siblings. It's like they don't want to really get a chance to know you. So it's like, okay, well, since she's the most outgoing one and she like easier and more entertaining or whatever, we're going to have to put you in the quiet box. You're just a quiet nerd, bookworm. And what's so funny is that when I really look back in my childhood, I had friends. I still went outside. It's like what they tell the story is totally different from my, what I actually went through. My hair just, sorry. I'm just like, I want to get it done soon someday. Just either, I don't know, just try to find something. But I know I have an appointment in June. Cannot wait. So I can, do something different with it. But anyways, so it seemed like they always got to put you in some type of box. Instead of, it's like, okay, this is you. This is your role in this family. This is such and such. This is her role in this family. And it's, to me, it's so toxic. It's like, why not just why not look at the humanity of each person in your family and get a chance to really know who they are, talk to them. Because what's so funny, even though I think a lot of toxic families are like this, to be honest, it seems like they know you without really having a relationship with you. And I guess speaking of which, I like to talk about some of the things that's kind of been heavy in my mind that prompted this conversation. Like last week, I spoke to my youngest sister, and really, me and her, I just don't have a lot in common with her anymore. And I would say honestly for a while, and I think that she think that, in my opinion, she can manipulate me or get what she want out of me or whatever. Like, for example, because the conversation was really quick. It wasn't a long, it was, I would say, probably less than 5 minutes, probably less than even 3 minutes, to be honest with you. That's how quick it was. And then when after the conversation, I guess I got a chance to process it. And then I really heard what she really said, And to me, it was so offensive because I was on my way going into a restaurant and I got a call from her. And it's the same sister who always seemed like she's in some type of competition with me. And then on top of that, my information was stolen. She stole my information along with my mom, another store. And it's always things it's like the duo. They always do things, together, in my life that's not in my best interest, but actually harmful. But she called me, and then she seemed like she was like in a hurried or kind of aggravated, like how she put it. Well, I tried to call you other days, try to have a conversation with you and this and that and the other before I, ask you, but now I have to ask you now about conversation, but can I borrow some money for my mortgage payment and whatever? And to me, I feel like it was meant for me to really blow that conversation off in a sense, because I had to I was literally going inside the restaurant. And I told her, hey, I just called you back, which honestly, I admit I didn't. And maybe some people, I'm not sure if people who will listen to this in the future or whatever, probably be like, that probably wasn't no big deal or whatever. I don't know. Some people probably caught it right off the bat if you really paid attention how she said it and just really listened. So I processed that conversation. I'm like, so you telling me that only time you really have to talk to me is when you need something? It don't make, I'm like, why would you say that out your mouth? You know, if you need to borrow some money, just ask. Or if you really like to talk to me or have a conversation with me, you know, you can call or whatever. But the thing is, I'm the type of person, I'm busy all the time. I am busy. And when we have a conversation, when I have conversations with her, they like hours long because, you know, at the end of the day, we're catching up and things of that nature. But and then I try to get off the phone, and then it's like, okay, I'm trying to keep you on the phone, you know. So, and I told her before that, you know, I kind of prefer text sometimes too, because just to check in, hey, how you doing? But it seemed like she don't even want to do that. It's like, I don't want to even send a text out just to say, hey, how you doing or whatever. Just, I always have to call and have these hour-long conversations. And then like, next thing you know, I think a few days after, about a week, or within a week, I'll put it that way, I get like a random text message that sounded like, I don't know, it didn't sound like a person. Basically telling me that, hey, I just started a business with Mary Kay and some other business, I guess makeup or whatever. And I'm like, I'm thinking, did you ask me for money, to borrow money like a few days beforehand? Now we selling makeup. I'm like, and to me it kind of triggered me because my mom did the same thing in a sense. And at the time when she did this, I was still a teenager, a young adult, you know, no, I was a teenager at one point. I remember twice she did this. One, it was involuntarily. She basically stole my money when she told me when she said she was going to, you know, allow me to use her bank account to hold money so I can save money. So when school get ready to start, I think my junior year, I believe, then it was either my sophomore or my junior year, after, you know, going into school, that I will be able to, you know, have that money for school clothes and things. And then found out later on she spent it all. So all the money that I earned for the summer was just spent without my permission. I didn't know she was doing this or anything, and I stopped doing it. I'm like, nope, I don't trust you. And then I was in college, and I had like a huge yard sale just to kind of raise some money for some college expenses or whatever, just to do whatever I can so I can graduate college. And then I think she wasn't really supportive of me. And I think one of my sisters really helped answer a lot of my questions and things on how to get that started without me getting in trouble. And she, you know, she basically realized, oh, you actually made some money. So she came to me and like, this is my mama speaking of. So she came to me and asked me for some money to pay some bills. Oh, sure, I'll give you a little bit. I forgot how much money I gave her. But then the next day, on Sunday, I'm watching her, you know, pay for, I guess, Avon or whatever at church. And I'm like, okay, so I thought you had bills to pay, but I'm seeing that you paying for. So it's like not trustworthy. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the dysfunction in my family is due to my mom. You know, she played her favorites. Of course, my youngest sister was the favorite. And I guess out of that second group, I call them the second group, because they were all, I would say a little bit older than, or a lot older than me and my youngest sister, but the second group is close in age, you know? So the youngest in that group, which I just now thought about this. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense now because they're the youngest. It seemed like they were the favorites. But the funny thing was they were the most toxic. You know, lying to get what they want, manipulate, don't want competition, don't appreciate who you are, want to change you. And like it's like the youngest sister lying about, and I caught her in so many lies recently and manipulation. It's like, dude, I don't even want to talk to you. I mean, to me, it's just disgusting. I'm like, how are you gonna just be lying about stuff just to get your way? And it doesn't make any sense. And then the youngest out of that second group, she, me and her just don't get along. I'm not sure if it's out of jealousy or whatever, but I had to call her out not that long ago because I'm like, dude, you still trying. I mean, she's saying weird stuff like college girl, you college girl. I'm like, dude, that's all you know about me? I graduated college like years ago. I mean, just weird. I'm like, why are you and that's the one who, and it's like, and then I got my oldest sister. She's really, really critical. She don't really try to get a chance to really know me, and I can go more into all that. And everybody else just seem like, excuse me, just I don't know. So yeah, and I'm thinking dysfunctional families. I'm like, honestly, I hate living in a dysfunctional family. I really don't talk to them like that. I tried to call years ago. I was initiating conversations, phone calls, and things of that nature. I just got to the point where I'm just like, I just give up because it felt like, I don't know, you have to be like entertain people instead of just really getting a chance to know somebody. It's like, you gotta be like entertaining, outgoing, exciting. And it's like, oh, I like you. Oh, yeah. Oh, you just, it's like, why not just like the person for just who they are? And so of course now I would say they did a lot of things they did as far as family gatherings was during the time my mom was alive. And now we don't get together for nothing. It's either that or it could be both. We don't get together for nothing. And if there was a family gathering to celebrate like 4th of July, June 10th, Easter, whatever, Christmas, Thanksgiving, I don't get any phone calls to, hey, and I know I'm out of town. And that's the thing. Everybody else is in one area. I'm out of town. So it's like, would you want to call and just to see how I'm doing? Nobody check up on me or anything like that. And my youngest sister, I think I mentioned in one of my videos that and it's like I was busy in the store or whatever. She called me and just talked about, it was just a random phone call. Then she just randomly talked about a gathering that one of my sisters are planning for my brother's birthday. And she's like, did they invite you? It's like you just looking for shit. Basically, you're just looking for shit to start. And I'm just like, no, they don't call me. It's like, it is what it is. And I'm thinking about going back to Texas. And honestly, I'm not sure whether I want to let them know and be like, hey, I'm back in Texas or whatever, this and that. Excuse my allergies. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to tell them whether or not I'm coming back to Texas and, this and that. Because honestly, I'm kind of low-key estranged from them. And that's one of the things, that I want to talk about. Just toxic families suck. We don't do anything together. It's like everybody, they want to put everybody in some type of role or some type of box that you have to play this role. And once you play outside this role, like me, I'm like, I changed. I'm not the same person anymore. Y'all can't just run me over or take advantage of me or, because I'm not the same the people pleaser, I'm just going to let you say what you want to say and I'm just going to take it. I'm not that person anymore. So, and I'm not sure if some of this stuff has to do with jealousy or I just kind of gave up. I just said, hey, I'm looking at my watch because I'm trying to make this video before I have to go to take my daughter to her appointment. But it's just really frustrating. I guess that's kind of what I want to talk about, just the toxic family dynamic. And I think a lot of it is probably generational. And I try to prevent that from happening between me and my daughters. And I'm just going to admit, unfortunately, my oldest daughter just, you know, moved, and she really don't, talk to me or anything like that. I'm not going to really go into her history on all that type of stuff. That's her story to tell. But it kind of makes me sad that it's like, damn, what is going on? Is this like a genetic type of thing that just kind of get passed along, and you just got to help break that? That type of thing. My youngest, it seemed like she was kind of going through some of the things, just kind of trying to find her way. Kind of wait for this to. I'm in my garage right now, and it's kind of loud right now. But I have my garage door open. Okay. So she seemed like she's trying to, I guess in a sense, fight her demons or whatever that was caused by a lot of outside circumstances. And I would say the dynamics between me and my oldest daughter, and just, going through that situation. But and I'm like, I'm not trying to create a toxic family. I'm like, I'm still here, this, that, and the other. But I do have my boundaries. I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect, stepping over my boundaries, don't want to follow rules or anything like that. So my oldest daughter, she just decided, okay, I'm going to move, I'm like, I can't force you to do anything, You're 18 years old, so I wish you luck. That's pretty much what I can, tell her. But at the end of the day, I'm the type of parent, like, I'm not even really strict. I'm like, all I ask you to do is help clean the house. I'm not treating you like Cinderella. Show respect. Don't be smoking no marijuana in my house, having it stinky, and plus I got asthma and allergies. That stuff can trigger me. And and then try to finish school, go to college, whatever, get you a trade, get your skill, so that way you won't be out here in this world just on a struggle bus and you constantly calling me for money. But unfortunately, that was too much. And I know she have her demons that she has to fight or whatever. So I'm just praying that she will start getting a clearer mind, sooner than later. So, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that. It was kind of heavy on my heart, and plus, just kind of going through allergies and stuff. And I'm gonna make a video about spirituality, once I, able to have a break or whatever, and probably post it the next day or so after this video. But I'm sorry, this video probably was like, oh, here we go. But I mean, it's real life. Like I said, it's complicated. Life is complicated, just like my name. And I mean, I could be over here faking everything's so fun, everything great. Yeah, life is just happening. Life every day, 24/7, 365 days of the year, everything just perfect, working out. I'm not a believer in that. I believe you make life for you. You're the author of your own life, but at the same time, things will happen. What I mean by that is, people gonna experience great things, good things, in between, bad, worse, but it's up to each individual on how they're gonna respond to that. How they gonna respond to situations. I was kind of upset about the washer and dryer, but at the end of the day, I really didn't let that bring me down. You know what I'm saying? It was disappointed because I needed a lot of clothes to wash at the time. I'm like, but at the same time, I knew I needed another washer and dryer, and I got my washer and dryer. It's hooked up and all that, and I'm happy about it. So you know, things happen in life. Everything is not perfect. It's just how you manage it. I mean, I know there is a such thing called toxic positivity, which is true. There's such thing as toxic positivity. I guess just everything positive, everything rainbows and kittens and this, that, and the other. And no, and it's like something like you just everything in life you just responding just positively like sickening candy sweet, and it's like maybe that's not what's needed. Maybe it's your way of, I guess, avoiding certain situations, not really wanting to process that. Or if you're talking to somebody else, every situation doesn't need like this candy sweet positive reaction or response. You know, for example, a friend may experience, like, for example, their dog ran away or their cat ran away or something. It's not like, well, you can get another cat soon or da, da, da. It's like, that's not really helpful. I'd rather hear, for example, you know, man, that sucks. You know, I understand how that can be hurtful. I know that Fluffy was your, you know, was your dog. You know, Fluffy was your your OG, you know, your best friend. And I know you're going to miss him, but hey, we can try to look for Fluffy and see what happens, you know, versus we can just get another dog and everything's going to be all right. I'm like, okay. But anyways, I'm going to have to go soon. So I have a little bit after 3. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.